Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is SCL0320 back at it again for a Gotham review. I so apologize. I know that I'm long overdue. I suppose to have been giving y'all a review for the last one that just came out, and the review that's going to be for this one is named The Mask. The episode starts off really interesting because I was intrigued by the fact that, well, I'll just read it for you. I'll read it for you. Gordon and Bullock investigate a Gothamite who runs a fight club for candidates applying for the job for a financial firm. Meanwhile, Bruce returns to school and gets a visit from a friend. That synopsis actually told way too much. I'm gonna stop reading from IMDb. The episode really starts off, you see like there's something going on with this firm, and you don't know why these people are beating themselves senseless. I mean, the first part of the episode like is very gory and very gritty because you actually seeing people like fighting to the death with anything they have available to them in an office space location, and like somebody gets killed and somebody else is like found out that they got the same injuries as sustained based on the security footage that was found from the person that was dead, and of course Gordon and Bullock are trying to investigate what happened. And it goes from there, but the fact about what also is going on inside is that you also got Penguin and you got Fish Mooney. Now, Fish and Penguin, they're going head to head on this episode, and I think that Penguin goes and steals something from somebody and gives it to Fish. It's like, well, it's a token of my gratitude for being at peace and whatnot. And you know what she does? She stabs him with it, and he takes it. He's like this. And it's so interesting that I didn't realize that his relationship with his mother plays a role in everything that he does, in the way that he thinks, his cunningness, and how he weaves in the ways of people. He's a weasel, but he's a perfectionist at the same time. Like, he knows exactly what he's trying to do and what his motivations are. But I didn't realize that there's a big influence that he has that he's gotten from Fish. The reason why I know that is because in this episode you see the dynamics of the girl that Fish is trying to implicate with Mahoney and trying to get her to wane him and get like on his side so she can eventually like put the dagger in his back. But I looked at the way that she's like, well, call me mom, and like, I'm here for you, and XYZ. And those scenes with Jada Pickett's character and the girl show me that, okay, if she's like that with her, then, I mean, honestly, if Penguin's a prodigy, like, how much more was he like that with their interaction? I don't know what that was dog barking. But anyway, I realized that Penguin really does care about her, but he's willing to do what he has to do to get her out and push her out. Do I think that he can kill her or would kill her? I don't think he would, because I think he's had ample opportunity to do that. But at the same time, there's a level of respect that he really still has for her. The other part of this episode was the fact that there's a new character involved with this one. It was played by an actor that was on the Vampire Diaries. He played the pastor of a church. Actually, he was on Originals, I'm sorry. But it was played by Todd Stanswick. He's playing the character that you're gonna eventually find out that he's the dad of a character that will become a villain. And I mean, the name of the title says it all. But when you see the mask that he actually wears, you'll understand exactly who and what I'm talking about. But this character that Stanswick actually is playing, he's the dad of the character that's eventually going to be a major villain for the Batman franchise later on, which is such a subtle touch when you see the mythos and the mentality, because he tries to get into Gordon's head. He realizes and pegs off of Gordon really early that Gordon has like a history of violence and he's been military trained, but he says to him that you can tell a person just looking at their eyes that they have a willingness to kill, and at the same time they will kill. But what comes out of this is that there's an interaction with Bullock and Gordon that I really liked at the end, where Gordon was like telling him, I think, something along the lines of, yeah, I do have in me the willingness to kill. Like, that's just not a surprise, but I don't kill if I'm going to kill for my own personal gain. If I'm doing it, it's to protect and it's to do something about this country or the city that I'm living in. So it's really interesting to see. But yeah, it's Richard Sinus. Look up sinus and you'll understand who I'm talking about. You should really actually know from just the title. The other half of this, which I really liked, is the fact that Bruce has his first fight. I know that Bruce has a lot of pent up anger and animosity between everything that's happened to him. I mean, how can you not? Witnessing your parents die right in front of you, and at the same time, their murder being implicated in like so many different corrupt organizations. I mean, like, he doesn't know how to process any of it. That's why he's obsessed with trying to figure out what's going on. That's why he's been blessed with like people like Alfred and Gordon just trying to feed into his life. But in this situation, like, he just kind of goes back to school after everything has happened. And when he goes back to school, he interacts with the guy that's a jerk and like blatantly like rude to him and says certain things about his parents. And I mean, he gets an interaction with the guy and it doesn't end well. And he goes back to Alfred and lets Alfred know, like, look, I don't know how to fight. You know, I'm not that strong, you know. But what happens, what Alfred says to Bruce and the way that they handle the situation, it is a precursor to show you how Bruce Wayne becomes the man that we know as one of the most physical, one of the most obsessively passionate people when it comes to having the body completely toned and at the same time being a manipulator of the situation, using fear to guide like force, I guess that's the way of putting it. And it's really interesting how Alfred is the driving force of all of it. You just really have to watch the episode. But as I said, I really enjoyed this episode. I'll probably give this episode maybe an 8.5. I think that it could have gone a little bit further with one thing that drew it back. And that was Barbara Gordon's interaction in this episode. I really did not like her character. After certain events that happened, everything that happened to her and what she does by the end of this episode, it really didn't make sense with the continuity of the episode. And that's the reason why I can't give this episode the full 9.5 or 10 that I really wanted to. It just didn't make sense. You know, it's like almost like they were trying to like write her character off as being just stupid, in my opinion. But she's not. I mean, she's more than that. She's got more depth than that. She's a better actor than that. She shouldn't make that choice. It doesn't make sense. But who knows? It might go further than that. But that's my review for this episode. I apologize that I'm releasing this on the day of the new episode. But definitely, please, please, please tune in tonight to the new episode of Gotham. I think, let me look at the episode name for this one. Oh, what is the name? It is gonna be Harvey Dent. Woo! So Two-Face himself makes an appearance. This is gonna be interesting. I can't wait. Anyway, SCL0320 signing out. I will definitely be watching Gotham tonight, and I'm gonna try to come out with more reviews sooner. Like I said, I'm having problems with my computer, but if I can, if at all possible, I will have it out tonight. I'll try to. I'm really tired right now. Push come to shove, I will promise you I'll do it tomorrow. Anyway, signing out. Later, y'all. Deuces.